Coming into tonight's game, there was a lot of uncertainty surrounding the LSU offense, but transfer quarterback Joe Burrow and running back Nick Brissett proved that the LSU offense is a force to be reckoned with by defeating Miami 33-17. Day 2 of opening weekend for LSU baseball, and they completed their second straight comeback victory in a dramatic fashion thanks to a walk-off home run from freshman Cade Veloso. Less than 24 hours after being drafted into professional softball, senior pitcher Carly Hoover led the Tigers to a 4-0 victory over South Alabama, pitching her third no-hitter of her career. The LSU gymnastics team gave head coach Dee Rowe the best birthday present she could have asked for, defeating Alabama in the PMAC to a sold-out crowd with a record-breaking 13,729 people in attendance. Notre Dame finally breaks their New Year's Day curse by defeating the LSU Tigers 21-17 in the Citrus Bowl. This is Notre Dame's second consecutive win over the Tigers after defeating them in 2014 in the Music City Bowl. Welcome back, Tigers. Now, if you don't know, esports is growing bigger and bigger every day. Thousands of competitors are actually making a living off of playing big titles such as Fortnite and Rocket League and many more. And esports is actually thriving right here at LSU's campus. We are now joined by Ben Hosford. He is Vice President of Communications for Esports LSU. Thank you so much for joining us today, Ben. How are you feeling?
No problem. Pretty good. Ready for another Tigers win.
All right. So I have a few questions for you about esports, since it's a fairly new club or team at LSU. So, as I mentioned earlier, esports is growing every day. What have you seen on the collegiate level for esports?
So, at a collegiate level, everything is growing.
Let's take you back to Saturday in Jacksonville. Maryland coming off of an emotional win against Belmont, and although Maryland did win the tip-off, it was the Tigers who had the hot start during the first half, leading by as many as 15 points at one point. Here, Tremont Waters extends the lead with this layup. The Tigers lead 26-15. Waters had 12 points and 5 assists. Javonte Smart also had a great night and boosted LSU's hot streak in the first half with this layup here. After halftime, LSU still had the lead, which was added onto with this three from Darius Days. However, in typical LSU fashion, the Tigers start to let Maryland back into the game late in the second half. Maryland ties it up at 55 each with only 6.5 minutes left. And after going back and forth during the entire end of the second half, Skylar Mays hits this go-ahead three with less than a minute left, but do not count out Maryland just yet. They return the favor with another three. LSU gets the ball back on the final possession. Maryland has no timeouts left. And as the clock winds down, who other than Tremont Waters to hit this layup and seal the Tigers' ticket to the Sweet 16. This last-minute win was full of emotions, which all spilled out when the team got back to the locker room.
There's not much more you can ask for from a top 5 team that's undefeated going into Week 6. But with LSU's dominant history, Coach O is expecting more out of his defense.
Nowhere near. Nowhere near. We haven't played a complete game yet. We have to remain hungry. We have to play our best to beat anybody. Every team in the SEC is going to be a challenge. We know it is.
Orgeron wants to see more pressure on the quarterback from his defense, as well as fix their lull that they seem to have in the third quarter.
I'm trying to figure it out. Made sure they were coming out fired up, but we still didn't do the things that we need to do. But you know what? You got to win the game in 4 quarters, and we're winning games. So we'll fix the third quarter. That's the least of my problems right now.
Now, sophomore safety Grant Delpit knows the legacy that defensive backs at LSU have, and he's trying to live up to expectations.
Just trying to live up to the standards of DBU. They try to come in, disrespect us. We know we got to do the spread teams. We got to shut them down.
Even though the Tigers' defense didn't play a complete game, at the end of the day, Devin White was happy with the Tigers' performance.
I don't know. I guess we don't have the same energy, but I don't know. We won the game. So I don't know.
As the Tigers head into the bulk of their SEC competition, if they want to stay undefeated, the defense is going to have to step up. Lily Fontenot, Tiger TV Sports.
Seeing fans tailgating is a common sight in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, except this one isn't for football. It's for baseball. Loyal LSU baseball fan Floyd Campbell and his friends have been tailgating outside of Alex Box Stadium since 1993.
Everybody's welcome. It's not an invite only. You walk up. The only problem we have is when you walk up, we tell you, we'll cook it, but you have to serve yourself.
Now, Floyd isn't the only person who loves watching LSU baseball. A record-breaking 12,844 fans came to tonight's season opener against Notre Dame.
The tradition of coming to the Tigers opening night applies to people of all ages, including 13-year-old Colin Foyle.
This would be my 7th opening night game in a row.
The support from this huge crowd motivated the Tigers, especially senior pitcher Austin Bain, who sealed LSU's 7-6 comeback win.
I mean, it was electric. It was a lot different than the scrimmages. It was, I had a lot of adrenaline pumping, and especially in that 9th inning when everybody was standing up, there was no way I could not throw as hard as I could.
From Alex Box Stadium for Tiger TV Sports, I'm Lily Fontenot.
The city of Baton Rouge named April 11th Sexual Assault Awareness Day. And what a better way to honor that day than to have Olympic gymnast and activist Aly Raceman come to LSU to give a speech on values and ethics.
I'm very excited to be here speaking at LSU. I think that it's a big honor to be able to speak at colleges. I've been traveling a lot and speaking at colleges over the last couple of months, and obviously sharing my story, and I think encouraging other students and other people that come here, encouraging them to share their story, and if anything is making them feel uncomfortable or anyone is making them feel unsafe, then to speak up.
During the Q&A, Raceman emphasized the importance of educating people of all ages about sexual abuse.
We need to openly talk about abuse and educate people, educate children, educate adults, educate the parents, educate anyone and everyone that is around children.
Raceman also expressed her frustration with people sticking up for the abusers rather than the survivors.
And if you are a survivor and you're afraid to come forward, just know that, there's no pathway to show you the right way to heal. So I would say that go to someone that you trust.
Now, Aly still has a deep love for gymnastics, but she's not focusing on the 2020 Olympics right now. Instead, she's taking time for herself. Reporting outside the PMAC, I'm Lily Fontenot, Tiger TV.